Today your work is focused on finding perimeter and perimeter related word problems, but these strategies can be used for answering any sort of math word problem. In fact, these steps come from your math task cards. So we're just going to go through the steps of how to find perimeter and lengths of sides when answering word problems. So like you do when you get to your task card is after you write it down, you circle the numbers, underline the question, and box any math keywords. Okay? That's just looking and following. They are to help you bring out the important parts that you will need to pay attention to do number 4, which is evaluate and eliminate your information. Basically, at this point, you are wanting to create an equation. Now, this equation is going to be one of 4 operations, either addition, subtraction, multiplication, say division. So let's practice making these equations. So here's our first word problem. Sarah made 3 piles of snowballs. She placed 27 snowballs in each pile. How many snowballs did she make in all? So in grade 5, we've been using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So we want to find out which one, or perhaps maybe I have to use more than one. What am I using? Are you making a sum of something? Are you adding something together? That would be for addition. Subtraction would be if you're taking away an amount from another amount. Multiplication is making something bigger. Remember, you're multiplying it. And division is if you are dividing something equally. So, to help us out here, I have 3 lovely circles to represent the 3 piles of snowballs. So she put 27 in each of the pile. How many did she make in all? If you're still not sure, pretend that you are actually going to do this. So I have one of my pile and I have to put 27 in each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to add 27 in here. Now I've stopped counting, but after I put 27 beautiful, for some reason, black snowballs in a pile, I will move on and make another pile. I'll be adding on another 27 snowballs. So by now, you can probably see that I'm adding more. It's getting bigger. So that means I'm not dividing and I'm not subtracting. And then I add another 27 in here because it's hard to count and keep a track. We'll pretend we have 27. Now, what equation are we using? What are we using here? Are we using addition or multiplication? I have 27 in this pile just because if you count, I'm sure I'm way off. Well, the equation you can create is actually 2 different ways. The thing about word problems, there's multiple ways to do them. So in this question, I could use addition by adding 27 3 times. I could go over here and go 27 plus 27 plus 27. I can make a addition problem. I could also have a multiplication problem. If I have 27 and I'm putting 27 in 3 different piles, my equation could also be 27 times 3. So when you were writing out your equation, there's more than one way that you can do it, but the important part is that you find an equation that you gather from the information you've been provided. Okay, so we have Ben's dog pen is a square and each side is 5 feet. What is the perimeter of the dog pen? So a square is a big clue. And again, 5 feet. I'm going to circle any numbers. Just because it's not in a numerical format, it's in standard form, it is still fine. What is the perimeter of the dog pen? That is the question. It has a question mark. Keywords, definitely boxing off square. Now I need to write an equation. So I actually drew a square over here, and right here where it talks about showing your work and labeling your model, that is something important to do. It can help you when you come back to look at a mistake or why something was done. So I've drawn a beautiful square here, and it says that each side is 5 feet. So easy enough, I can put 5 feet, and I don't actually need to put it around all the sides. I can do these lines on here to show that they're all equal. And they're not the prettiest lines, but they work. So I've now labeled and done that, and I know that the perimeter equation is to add up all the sides. So I'm going to show my work and show my evidence by going P for perimeter equals length plus width plus length plus width. Or you could say add up all the sides. But in this case, I am going to go perimeter equals 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Count in my 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20. The perimeter of this is 20. And I can't forget my units, which in this case is feet. 20 feet. I have drawn and labeled my model to show that I understand what we're talking about, and also shown the equation and plugged in my formula. That is all you need to do. But sometimes they involve more than one step. For example, I used one operation here, addition.